Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Customs. So today I'm sharing with you a Spider Woman premium format statue from Sideshow Collectibles that was transformed into Spider Woman 2 Julie Carpenter version. Now you have to excuse there's no base on her. Well, there is a base, but it's all messy. It's a old base that I had that I used for Spider Woman statues. I didn't really need the base sent to me, so it's just on a black fabric right now, just holding her up. It'll work out good though because the Avengers A base, since it's red and yellow, it's not going to clash with the outfit of her because the original Spider Woman was, red and yellow, so you don't have that clash going now. So it's going to work out pretty good. I really do like this Spider Woman statue. I think Sideshow did a really great job on it. It's sculpted so well. It's got some nice, life to her, some nice thick legs. It's like very athletic, and I did a Spider Girl out for this statue. I did I'm working on a Kid Flash from this statue. I got a couple others that are coming in the works from this. So it's a really great statue. I love it a lot. And this was really great for someone to ask me, say, hey, can you make me a Spider Woman too? I was like, yeah, this would be a lot of fun. And so we went ahead and did with it. So, the original outfit, it's got the big yellow marker going up around in here. So I had to take all that out. And she had a spider web, so we took those out because there's really no of the old version of her. She really didn't have webs under the arms, and he didn't want the webs, so it was kind of good to take those out. So in the beginning, I basically chopped out the webs. I broke off each arm because it was just, the glove went to about here and it went to about there. It was easier to work without that because I didn't want to break off any fingers. I had to redo the gloves anyway coming up to here and sand those down, so I popped them off. Took out the boots that came up to here, sanded those down, did the points here, and actually popped off the hair off the head because anyone who's seen the Spider Woman premium format or has it, they know that the head actually comes out. So what I did was there was a seam going around here, the way the head comes in and out, and what I did was I seamed it back up and I attached it and glued it in and everything set. But what I did is I built the breasts out coming up to the collarbone more because they kind of went straight to here, kind of to the armpit, and then there was like a kind of a gap going up that way because that was designed for the heads to come in and out. So I built that back. So when I did that, I rebuilt the breasts a little bit more, a little bit bigger, but it's not bigger in the sense that they're wider. It's just bigger that they come up more instead of coming straight down. And then once I did that, I had the eyes and the mask and all that sculpted first on the head because it was easier just to work with the head like right in your hand. The mask came out a little bit more because the original mask, if you've seen it, comes back further than the little point. And I broke off the hair too because it was easier without the hair. So basically, I sculpted the spider symbol first. Right, I had it all drawn out once the figure was all ready to go and everything. And I sculpted this part first. And I let that sit for a night. The next day, or whatever, a couple days later, I would sand this down, even it all out, and then I would work on this section coming here, this section coming here, and I did the same on the back as well. And then the next day, I would sand that down, and then I would work on the sections going up to a point and going up to a point. And then after that, I would let that dry, and the next day or so, I would sand it down. And then I would work on the points coming down here and the points coming down here, sand those down the next day, and then work on the points going here and here. Now, ideally, basically, it would be great to squirt a symbol into the resin, but since it's not clay, it's polystone, it's very difficult for something like this, and it would just be very, very hard. I would actually have to chisel out wherever the symbol is, rebuild it in Aves, and then score it in. But then if I did it while the Aves is wet, I could actually mess it up or not be even, and then when I sand it, I lose it. But then if I let the Aves harden, I sand it down and then I score it in, it's just very difficult. So it's easier to have it raised a little bit more. Plus it kind of pops a little bit too on our outfit instead of just basically on there. So, and for the hair, we just went with more of that 80s hair flare look, just to give it like, it's back in the 80s a little bit more, just to make it a little bit different. And she had two bangs glued in, so we took those bangs out and I resculpted all this coming down. I drilled up the hair here so I could kind of get the hair flowing like that, so it comes with this big mass, and then it kind of comes over here as well. So that's what I did with that. Now the Garage Kit's flesh tone skin, and her mouth is actually just, you know, basically natural lips. We didn't want you know, red lipstick or very bright pink lipstick or anything. We just went with natural lips on her, so that's what we ran with. The black is a mixture of a black paint with a misting of a pearlized blue, but very, very lightly, but enough to give it that spandex sheen, as you can see in the pictures. And then I flattened it all down with Garage Kit's flat coat, because if I left it like the way it was too glossy. But with flattening it down, you get that spandex look, and you get that look where when you turn her, you know, you capture the light, and you get to see muscles and wrinkles, and it just works out pretty good. I did some black shading in some areas a little bit here and there underneath the breasts and the necks areas. It's pretty hard to see it, but it's there. And then for the white, it's a, you know, basic white paint with some Model Air light gray shading, but I never went any darker than that light gray because you don't want to put black into it because it'll make it too messy. And then I misted that down so you can see some shadows under the breasts, under the wrinkles, in the knees, and we didn't go any further than that. And then basically it's a interference blue over it, so we get a nice sheen on the white, and it kind of blends in with the outfit. So if you can see the blue hitting here, and then it goes in with the spandex, so it works out pretty cool. Oh, and I forgot the last thing too, the feet. We actually took out the boots because she had these weird boots things. So what we did is we toned down the boots, and then we built out the, you know, areas a little bit just to make it more of a, you know, she's got kind of like these high heel boots things on, but they're not like, you know, boots the way the Spider Woman originally had them. So. And then for the yellow on the hair, it's a mixture of Garage Kit's yellow with some other yellows. I wanted to give her like that dirty blonde look, but not actually make it like a platinum blonde, but not make it like really dark blonde. So I got kind of a mixture, and I added some pearls into it too, just to give a little bit of life to it, make it shine a little bit in certain areas. And that is Spider Woman 2, Julia Carpenter version. Hopefully you guys liked the way she came out. It was a lot of fun. And we'll see you next time with some more updates.